My name is Peter Jones with Microsoft Canada. I'm the industry lead for healthcare. With me today is Mike Mahar, president of Cogniciti. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you, Peter.
I'd like to thank you for taking the time to speak with us today. One point I wanted to make was recently the World Health Organization announced that we're facing a crisis around age-related dementia. We're interested to hear more about how you've tackled the problem.
It'd be a pleasure.
Can you describe for us the relationship between Baycrest, Cogniciti, and Mars?
Cogniciti is a for-profit corporation born of two not-for-profit companies. One is Baycrest, and Baycrest is the world leader in memory and aging. And the second is Mars, which is Canada's leader for innovation. And it's really putting those two talents together, Baycrest's science and Mars's innovation skills, that led to Cogniciti's purpose, which is to take Baycrest's brain health expertise and bring it to the world.
So can you describe for us what memory loss is?
Well, we all forget things from time to time, and that is for certain. And the real issue occurs when simple forgetfulness translates to issues and more serious issues with our lives. So those more serious issues usually take one of three forms. The first one is memory loss from normal aging. The second is memory loss from a mood disorder such as anxiety or depression. And the third is memory loss from a disease known as dementia.
What are the differences between the three forms of memory loss? If you could describe that for us.
The differences are absolutely huge. So let's start with age-related memory loss. It's natural. We're all going to go through it. It's just part of getting older. And sometimes it's a little embarrassing when we forget a name or a face, but it doesn't have a significant impact on our lives. The second is mood-related memory loss. Anxiety, depression, highly treatable. And in fact, with proper treatment, almost everybody regains their memories, they regain their lives, so good outcomes on that as well. The third area of memory loss is dementia. And dementia is absolutely horrible. There is nothing good to be said about dementia in any form. And the most common form of dementia, which is a series of things that relate to brain death, is Alzheimer's. So, Alzheimer's is the second most feared disease on the planet after cancer. And there's a reason why it's the second most feared disease. It results in loss of memory, in loss of relationship, in loss of independence, and finally in loss of life. So there's not a good part of the Alzheimer's story right now, particularly since there is no cure, and there's an epidemic going on, which you've already alluded to. Yeah. So worldwide, 36 million Alzheimer's sufferers. That's the population of Canada and plus a bit more. And that number is doubling every 20 years.
Wow. So how is Cogniciti looking to help?
Well, Cogniciti is looking to help in the area of being able to get rid of delays in the system. So let me give you some more information about that. The difficulty with these three different forms of memory loss is that at the early stages, they all present the same sort of symptoms, right? Normal aging loss, mood-related aging loss due to dementia, they all kind of look and feel the same. And so therefore, if you're a person experiencing some symptoms that you find a little troubling, it's really difficult to understand. Should you see your doctor, or should you simply wait and watch? And so what happens with most people, with most of us, is we delay. And we watch and we wait. And for most people, 1 to 3 years is the delay, this huge inefficiency within the system. And that delay has absolutely no good purpose whatsoever. So if you've got normal aging, memory loss due to normal aging, you've got a couple of years of your life when you are worrying needlessly and your family is worrying together with you. Yeah. If it's mood-related, we know that the earlier the diagnosis, the better the treatment, the better the outcome, and the better you can get back to your life. And so delay is bad there too. And if it's dementia, There's no cure, but there is this space of time, which is precious, and where you get to make plans for a very difficult journey ahead, and you get to involve your family and your friends in that. And so time is precious. So, simple thing is this. Delay always hurts. It never helps. And we can change that. So the purpose of Cogniciti is to remove the delays.
Okay. So maybe you could describe what advantages the cloud has for you and the Azure platform to provide the Cogniciti solution.
Well, Cogniciti is a Toronto-based company that's looking to bring a solution to the world. So, if we're going to do that, we want to be focusing on the science, we want to be focusing on the innovation, and we want to be focusing on getting to the right people with that right science. We don't want to be focusing on infrastructure, particularly IT infrastructure. So when we started our thinking of how we were going to take the science and bring it to the world, and we knew that we wanted to do it with an online solution, we immediately thought of the cloud. Okay. And we thought of the cloud as being a great format to give us flexibility and to give us the power that we needed to be able to take a local solution and bring it to the globe. And then the question came, what was the right cloud provider? And that cloud provider for us, the right solution, was Microsoft. Microsoft has been the wind at our back. It has for sure. And so when we first got into the issue of how do we look at the technology, because we're great science people and great medical people and great healthcare people, not great IT people. And we needed really good IT talent to help us understand what were the alternatives. How do we go and scope things out right and progress intelligently? And so Microsoft was there to counsel us. And then we needed to find a solution provider who would actually do the programming. Yeah. And Microsoft helped us to identify the right firms so that we could approach, complete an RFP, and we ended up with a terrific partner. And then the question was, how do we go now with a product in hand and go to the world? So here we are making a video. And we're going to be reaching, if you're watching this, you know for sure Microsoft has got the reach, and they put together good videos, but Microsoft has been there side by side with us from the beginning all the way through now to the delivery to the world. We could not have asked for a better partner.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So in closing, what organizations do you think would benefit from this approach?
Well, when we start thinking about this online memory tool, because that's what it is, we've constructed a tool which takes all the power from the hospital, where you'd go for a checkup and have your memory checked. And it takes all that science and it condenses a 4-hour medical exam with a neurologist to a 20-minute experience that you can do in your home. And just like a home thermometer, what the home assessment does is it doesn't give you a diagnosis of what's wrong, but it gives you a heads up of when you need to see your doctor, right? Yeah. So you know when to go. So there is one part of the answer is for adults across the planet who are worrying about their brain health, and we know that 2/3 of healthy adults across the planet would have their brain health tested today if they could do so conveniently and if they could do so privately. And so this gives us first of all, we have a chance to be able to do that. But beyond that, there are businesses who we think are perfect partners for us in terms of taking this technology, this science, and bringing it to the world. First, benefit providers, looking for the next big thing to be able to bring to their clients, to help the employees become more productive at work, and to get people in disability back into action more quickly. Well, here's a vehicle to do it. Second are pharma companies who actually have the medicine that can directly help those with mood disorders. Wouldn't they love to be able to get people into treatment more quickly. Good business decision for them and a really great health decision for the people involved. And the third area is government. We've got a population boom right now, which is fantastic. It is either the greatest opportunity or the greatest disaster in the making that we've ever seen, right? All of us who are on the verge of 65, suddenly our age is going up, our health care costs are going up, the chronic problems that affect us are going up. Governments face the crisis of having the baby boom generation wanting to get to the hospital for help, not having enough in neurologists and psychologists to be able to deal with the issue, and certainly not having enough money to be able to handle the flow of the boomers who are coming at this issue. So in the area of brain health, the issue is how can we triage more intelligently? Okay. How can we help healthy people stay happy and healthy and stay at home and work on other things because their brains are flexible and placid and can do that? And to get those who need help, get them at the earliest stages, when they can be best treated, when the costs of treatment are the lowest. How do we make that happen? We need better triage tools. Cogniciti offers one of those.
Wonderful. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
So I'd like to thank you for your time today. It's wonderful in hearing what you're talking about and sharing that with us. It's so exciting to see the cloud and medical science coming together to change the world forever. So thank you.
You're welcome, and thanks for joining.